Hello, this is Coach Rooch, and today I want to share my experience with you in order to help teach you certain life skills. Well, the life skill I'm talking about is learning to stand up for yourself, and I'll explain it to you by an experience I had today. Well, I have recently, as in last year, but this year is not counted, so I say recently, started learning to play tennis. Most Tuesday mornings, I have tennis lessons with my coach. Just like today, I went to the court at about 7 a.m. and wondered my coach had not arrived. He's usually always on time. So I reached out to him and I called him up and I said, he's not here yet. Poor guy, had not woken up, so said he missed his alarm and was going to run and come over in the next half an hour. I quickly called to check that the court is available even if we started late. And the guard said, yes, the court is available. I booked it in my name and I stood there waiting for the coach to come. While I was waiting, these two gentlemen were walking towards me and I saw them holding rackets and tennis bags. They walked towards the court. The old me would have allowed them to go into the court, the tennis court, maybe even start playing, maybe be too embarrassed to say anything, call up my coach and say, sorry, someone else is playing, I don't think we can play today. Because I would have been worried to offend, hurt, not be able to say that I have booked the court. I would question myself that maybe I made a mistake and the court was booked in their name. But this is the new me who has now decided that I am going to stand up for myself, even though it makes me uncomfortable. And I mustered up my courage. Yes, I will use the word mustered up my courage because the old me in the subconscious mind kept saying, maybe you're wrong. Maybe he's booked the court and he may get pissed off that you're asking him not to play. So I went up to the guy and I said, excuse me, are you going to be playing tennis? He said, yes, I booked the court and my friend has even come, so we're going to play. I told him, I think you've made a mistake because the court is booked in my name and I'm waiting for my coach to come. He looked positively surprised and even a bit upset because his friend had come at 7 a.m. or 7:15 a.m. by then, specially to play tennis in our condo. First thing he did was looked at his friend and said, I'm sorry, buddy, I'm sure I booked it. I know I booked it. And he even looked at me questioningly like, are you sure you're going to be playing here? I have booked a court in my name. So I asked him, maybe you want to call and check, which he did. And as I had said, the court was booked in my name. He was really pissed off by then and walked off. So now I want to ask you a question. What would you have done in a similar situation? Would you have stood up for yourself or would you have backed off out of worry, out of fear of offending another, even though he's a stranger? Would you have allowed him to play, felt miserable, cursed yourself that you didn't say anything, but let it happen either ways? I'm going to be honest and say that the old me would have done all of those things. Because most of us carry the burden of others' issues on us like they are our responsibility for most of our lives. We take responsibility for others' actions out of worry, out of fear that we may offend, we may let somebody down, even if they are a stranger. This person was a stranger, but I felt that doubt, I felt that fear, I felt that worry that I will offend him by standing up and saying that the court was booked for me. It's a very simple experience that happened today, but it really got me thinking. How often do we do this to ourselves? How often, as in, do we do it daily, which I think we do? And now I want to ask you, I would like you to think about it on a daily basis when you are interacting with people. Are you taking the burden of others' responsibilities on your shoulders? Are you doing that and walking with that heavy burden all your life? Or are you going to now start standing up for yourself, especially when you know you're not doing anything wrong. Allow this to be some food for thought. I just wanted to create this awareness in your mind so that going forward, especially when you're not doing something wrong, and I'm repeating it again because I cannot stress it more, even though we are not doing something wrong, we stop ourselves from standing up for ourselves because we are worried about others' feelings, totally neglecting and ignoring ourselves. Maybe it's time now to give it some thought and start standing up for yourself. This is Coach Ruj signing off.